Hey, this is Robbie from Boys Podcast with a quick on-the-go intro so we can get this great episode up for you guys. I just want to say thank you guys for the donation, tweets, and comments, all of which can be done at boyspodcast.com. It's a hub to all things boys, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we also have a new email, boys@boyspodcast.com. Send us in your comments, questions, concerns, criticisms. We'd love to hear them. The most important thing you could do, though, is rate, review, subscribe. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Just any kind of feedback we get really helps us kind of rise to the top. That'd be greatly appreciated. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, the Paramount, the Lost Ogle, Anthem Brewing, Fat Bison, and OKC Comedy. Great people doing great things. Thank you guys and gals so much. And last but not least, there are some OKC Comedy shows coming up I want to plug here. June 10th, there's Tig Notaro. June 11th, Ryan Singer, The Pocket Full of Crystals Tour. June 13th, The Vagical Mystery Tour, featuring Liz Winstead, co-creator of The Daily Show, Aaron Wilder, and more. You can see all about that at okccomedy.com. We're proud to be working with those guys. And just to get to the show here, we've got Balthazar. It's a pretty interesting, fast-paced episode. So strap on, listen up, and thank you guys so much for listening to Boys.
How's it going today? Just like checking up on me, open the door like, hey, how are you? I'm like, hey, I'm great. No, I'm cool today right now. I'm good.
I'm still here, and I always will be.
I love you. You know, like you're doing great.
So it's very casual. It's like a casual.
And he always gives like, you know, like the best like inspirational quotes. Like, you can do it. You're great. I'm like, thanks.
And I'll help you if you can't.
yeah.
I'm here for you. I know that.
Yeah, I'm here to brighten your day.
So we are here with Balthazar.
Oh, sorry. Oh, hello.
We're rolling. We're live. Boys, episode 55, as you heard in the intro.
That rhymed.
We're fighting the storm today. Like a big wiener, I texted Balthazar at work when we were about to leave work, and I was like, what are your thoughts on the weather? And her reply was something to the extent of,
my thoughts are nothing. I don't really have any thoughts. I try not to think about the weather, honestly.
Oh.
And you also said, I'm not scared or anything. And immediately I was like, I kind of am.
I was like, I'm not scared of anything. I'm like, we can't really do anything but hide it. I'm like,
God's wrath will kill us all one day.
It will. And maybe tonight.
Amen.
It could be
Amen.
tonight.
Should we all stop and pray for them?
No, like I was telling Trey at work today, I was like, I don't think the weather's going to do anything. He goes, you're going to be that guy? I'm like, no, it's just, people get all wrapped up in this. Oh my God, it's going to rain. Can you believe it's going to rain? It's going to rain, guys.
Rain, that hard fallen rain. Do you think it's because we're in Oklahoma and we don't really have that much to worry about?
I think it's the key to success is being prepared. And when we're prepared, nothing happens. It's when we're not prepared that it like just crumbles us.
We're always ready. If an end of the world scenario happened, Oklahoma would be fucking ready for it.
Well, we got the guns, we got the shelters, we have the Bible. I mean, what else do we need?
Vodka?
We got that. Just not on Sundays. No.
Maybe that's about to change. Have you heard about that?
No.
So there's a, I don't know, it's a law, a bill, something.
A motion?
A motion is being put forth to have liquor stores be open on Sundays.
Well, welcome to the 18th century.
And they're citing the separation of church and state, like if you're doing it for religious reasons, that's really not legal. So just let them be open. And there's a lot of people who hope like, well, that just means people are going to get drunk on Sunday. They're doing it anyway. What do you think brunch is, man?
It's just that you're going to have a worse hangover on Monday because you're drinking water beer all day instead of having a nice libation.
Sure.
I don't think it's going to change much. We're so conditioned to go out to brunch. I don't think we're all going to run to the liquor store on Sundays.
No.
You know, it's like, oh my God, they're open on Sunday. You're like, well, I'm right at the bar and you're having lunch. And I'm good.
Or it's one of those things like, say someone's having like hey, let's have a cookout on Sunday. And like, man, it'd be really nice to have like a nice 6-point beer, not a shitty Miller Lite. Oh, I could just swing by the liquor store. Oh, wait, it's still fucking warm beer.
Well, we're not only weather aware here in Oklahoma, we're alcohol aware because like I'll get like a text from a friend like, hey, I'm having a cookout on Sunday. You know, liquor store closes at 9. Or if there's a holiday on Monday, it's like, hey, just your heads up. No liquor store for 2 days in a row.
I mean, Oklahoma City's got some of the responsible alcoholics. We know when the time the liquor store closes, if you're having an event, then I'm not going to invite that friend over. It's not going to be responsible and be like, hey, it's Saturday. You're coming over tomorrow. If you're not going to help me cook, bring some champagne or something, or I hate you. You know, be like, right. I'll go by. It's like, we'll go together.
Yeah. Don't bring over that Welch's sparkling grape juice either, you fucking...
What are we, children?
That's delicious.
Is it good?
With some vodka, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well.
Add a little vodka in it. It's pretty good.
That reminds me.
My own urine's good with vodka.
Can I try?
I...
Just... We'll edit that out. No, you said you had to piss. So speaking of cookouts, this is a great way to get the show started. We also have Chase here, by the way. Hi, Chase.
Piss and cookouts go together like Anthem beers and good times.
Anthem beers, a hair better than piss.
Bills.
Piss. They misspelled this. So speaking of cookouts, I had something happen to me. Not to me. That sounds so self-centered. Something happened to me. I was at a party a couple weekends ago, and I'm a good party goer. Like I bring a little something for the table, and it's never food because I can't cook. But like, for instance, if I go to a friend's party, let's say Balthazar, you were having a party, okay, and you maybe wanted to invite me someday.
Sure.
I will stop at the liquor store if it's not Sunday, and I will get some beer. Mm-hmm. I'll get like a 12-pack of beer.
Sure.
Even if I'm planning on drinking like 5 or 6 of those beers, I get a 12-pack. And as I get older, like when I was younger, I would like do the thing where I'd bring it in a backpack so I could take the rest home.
Right.
But as I get older and I'm at these people's houses that I really love and appreciate, I will leave that there, or I will allow friends to partake.
Take a bottle of gin with you.
Yeah,
no one's going to take the gin.
Right? No one's going to touch that.
I went through a little gin phase.
You bring a bottle of gin, no one's going to touch it. You can take it back with you.
Your gin?
This will.
Dude, I feel like once I hit 30, like gin just became delicious. Like I was bartending at the time, and then I started making like gin martinis. Like I think I just really like gin and tonics. Like, is it just an old man thing? It's a grandpa liquor.
It's a grandparent liquor,
but it's so good.
It's a flavored vodka, is what it is.
It's a juniper flavored vodka.
It's a juniper vodka, and it's really great when it's mixed with Pam's.
But see, I like IPAs, which is hoppy, and some might say that a gin is a hoppy vodka.
It's interesting because when I was a kid,
hoppy vodka again.
Hoppy vodka.
Please slow it down for me a second. Hold on.
Hoppy vodka.
Oh my!
When I was a kid, I got into my your old friend's always there for you. I got into my uncle's gin when I was probably 16 or 17, and I didn't know what gin was.
I think we've all gotten to our uncle's gin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or his puzzle basement. I'm confused, but yeah.
Well, I got into his liquor. I had a friend over, and he was gone, and we were like hanging out at my uncle's house, and I was like, I'm gonna dive into this, and I didn't know what gin was. I didn't drink back then. Like I can count the times that I drank before I was 21, like on one hand. I was kind of a sheltered boy, but sheltered boy. Is that what you call your dildo? The sheltered boy?
It's
its
the
name,
little things.
Its name will never be revealed.
Little gin. But gin. Smells like gin. This is weird. Anyways, we got into it.
Just soaks it overnight and gin.
We got into his liquor.
Are you guys have a camera at my house?
We got into his gin, goddammit.
Yeah.
And we're drinking.
You're going to get back to the barbecue party, right?
I got it written down.
Gotcha.
We were taking swigs of it like it was,
gasoline, because that's what it is.
And to a young man's palate, that put a real bad taste in my mouth, pun intended. And I hated it for years and years. But when I was about 32, I was feeling kind of like
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Or frisky, the same.
Sure. I was feeling a little sober. So I was like,
4 o'clock on a Tuesday, and I was like, fuck it.
It was noon on a Sunday, and I had to wait the whole day.
City.
So I bought some, and I looked up like a recipe for like a gin drink. I was like, I'm going to try this. And it was this.
So you like Pinterest a drink with gin. Go on.
Yes. It was really fancy. It was gin, ice.
Wait.
If you guess.
Did you say it's really fancy? It was gin, ice.
Well, when there's ice in it, that's when it gets real fancy.
Go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your fancy ice drink.
And Crystal Light.
Oh.
Was it the powder? Did you have to make it before?
Yeah. I stirred it up with a big, long spoon. It was all wet.
It was a wooden spoon, like a Kool-Aid spoon?
It was.
Like a plastic jug?
What I'm imagining is, I'm imagining you're not making it like Mama's sweet iced tea in a big like plastic pitcher. You're using a big wooden spoon in like a cocktail glass. No, that's how you're stirring it.
No, it's like
and just ice just falling out of it.
Oversized like martini glass that he's like dumped his like fish out of.
Yeah,
he's like, you'll be okay. You're gonna die anyway.
The Hawaiian Don's cocktail glass.
Yeah.
It was the Wayne's World drink.
Yeah, the Hawaiian Don's.
But no, I tried it and I really liked it.
Yeah.
And then I went on this like gin kick for I don't know 10 years now, but it was great. But then one day I made one up as per usual, and I didn't like it
Just
again.
didn't sit well.
No, it was weird.
I was the same with Crown. I used to drink Crown on the rocks a whole lot.
Brag.
No. Then I realized like my life wasn't that bad. I think it's like when I was like 24, 23, and I was like, oh no, this is great. And I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? These are awful. And I take two and I'm like, do I just want to forget how much I don't enjoy everything? I was like, yes. Well, so I was like, I don't need to do this anymore. And it was just like, I can't even drink Crown or whiskey anymore because now whiskey, like I can't remember those white girls. I'm like, whiskey makes me cry. I'm doing some shots. So we gotta go now. I don't know why I'm crying.
So you don't get party mode, you get like sad mode.
Well, no, like it's just whiskey. Like either it turns me angry. I flip over tables like Amy from Congo. I'm like, Amy, good gorilla. Blah. Or like I start crying. It's like one or the other, but it's like scream crying, like the really ugly cry. You ever seen your girlfriend do that? You're like, I wish I never got to see that.
Do you have like, do different liquors basically pull out different?
No, I usually straight vodka and like then beer and shots. Then I'm all good. But I mean, like I'm crazy all around. But if I drink like straight liquor, I'm like, watch this train wreck. It's gonna be a great show. Like,
is that how you start every time? Like, it's just into the bar with your friends. Like, hey guys, watch this train wreck.
I could probably sell tickets. So if I drank straight Crown now, I'm like, I can sell tickets to this show because it's gonna be like a long going show where like I just jump on tables and just it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm not me. I just work for myself. So sometimes I'm just like busy, or I'm busy and I'm not. I'm at the bar. Myself doesn't know that, and then we're just off doing something else.
Yeah, I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working. Yeah. I'm getting my creative. Yeah, it was.
I'm being creative right now.
Yeah, it was bad for a while, but now I'm like, all right, cool. I drink twice a week and then just go to the gym and work out to keep the crazy at bay. So.
It's so funny. This is the second time. So I approached you at Speakeasy a few weeks ago.
You approached me.
I approached you
from behind, and I saw you. I saw the wind coming behind my hair, and I looked upon you.
And I had my wooden spoon.
Yeah, and you were stirring your gin and your jug.
I had my wooden spoon in one hand and a dildo in the other hand. I said, choose your destiny.
And I go, how did you get into my house and find that? And he was like,
I've been here the whole time. I was installing the camera. No, I approached you at Speakeasy to ask you to come on the show, and you mentioned Amy the gorilla that night too.
Yeah, that's my altar, kind of like spirit animal.
Okay,
because I'm a tiny silverback. If you see me stand up, like walk around, you're like, oh man, she is built kind of like a gorilla. Like you're kind of terrified of me, but yet like you wouldn't be mind like to like brush my hair and like cuddle me because I'd be really sweet. But I'm like at any moment like, whoa, Amy with my power glove on, and be like, Moon the wizard, blah, 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 Fred Savage, and be like, Amy, good gorilla, flip table.
So how many times have you dressed up as Amy for Halloween?
I don't have to dress up as Amy because I am Amy. I don't dress for Halloween because that's amateur hour. I put on a costume like 4 times a week. What do you think this is?
For work.
This is a costume.
Yeah, it's my girl costume.
I'm a girl right now.
Yeah, I'm a girl right now. Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to the cookout.
Okay. All that to say, there was a cookout.
A party, get together, a bonfire,
a
whatever.
soiree.
Cue the music for Wonder Years. We go back to your barbecue.
What would you do if I sang out to?
Or just stand up and go to the barbecue. Go.
Okay.
The summer of 1976 was a really crazy one for me.
All right, you butthead. So we were at the cookout, and I brought my token 12-pack of beer and then some party favors, and I'm standing in the kitchen, right? I'm talking to a friend of mine, enjoying a nice beer, a nice. We'll just say it was a Foster's.
Ultra
okay.
light.
Yeah.
There's a Foster's oil can, and he brought 12 of them.
Yes, I did. No, it was
Quaker State.
It was a Zima with a Jolly Rancher in it, and I fucking love those. To be
Every
honest.
woman on your podcast is like their downstairs felt weird. You said that.
Because he said.
And what's
Zima
different
and
about
Jolly
this episode? So I'm sitting there in the kitchen. I'm enjoying my Foster's, and another friend of mine, mutual friend, comes in. Goes in there, opens the fridge. Davy Jones goes in there, opens the fridge, opens the locker, and grabs a Foster's out of the fridge.
Yeah.
Clearly, I was the only one drinking Foster's at this party. Okay? And this wasn't the first time. So,
because Foster's isn't a beer that everyone just brings to a party.
No. It's a very specific beer to my specific palate.
This is a beer.
Right?
That's what I told him.
Impression. You're welcome.
Is that how when you checked out at the liquor store, is that what you said? Something where
no,
never mind.
I didn't say anything.
Skip.
No yes and there.
Draw
right.
4.
No, I didn't say anything. I just stared at the ground because I was sad and whatever. But so yeah, pulls a Foster's out of the locker, out of the
right in
fridge.
front of you.
Yeah.
Was there a fan? And he like, looked at you like.
I wish, but
Was there even a? Is this cool, man?
there wasn't even eye contact. So my question is, would that bother you guys? Because it kind of bothered me, really.
It's not my party. I brought beer
It's
to
your
share.
Foster's, though.
I brought beer to
There
share.
you go.
Everyone brought liquor to
There
share because
you
I'd go to the open bar and help myself the vodka because everyone brought things to share.
But
And
that's
it's not your house.
true. I see that part. But the thing is there's a precedent here.
Was he your good friend? Is it because like he touched you when you guys were younger? You guys made out or
Well, I
had
would
like
have
a
gave
one
him
connection?
I would have
Or,
gave him
like,
all the beer if that was the case.
Was he dating someone that you used to not want to date?
Yes and no. I don't know. But I wasn't like pissed. I wasn't like, fuck this party, I'm out of here. But I was just like,
I'm gonna go have some more potato salad.
Is it the social etiquette of it that bothers you? It's not so much that the beverage was.
here's what you do.
Yeah.
Here's my Foster's, right? I'm opening the fridge.
Yeah.
Will you hand me another one so I can display this with him?
Oh yeah.
I would do this. If this was me pilfering the beer,
Wait,
I would go like this.
pilfering.
I would open the fridge and I would go like this. That's it. Just a point, a nod, and then I would be Mr. Foster. I would be like, yeah, have as many as you want. But man, the sliding in like that, I don't know. It just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth.
Are you that protective of Foster's beer though? Has anyone actually enjoyed a taste of a Foster's beer?
No, it tastes like library books.
It's awful. I was like,
I'll say this.
So
I've
why
never
are you
had
so
a
upset
Foster's.
about this Foster's beer?
It tastes like a library.
I think
book?
Foster's beer tastes like dust that like if you open an old book in the library, you know, that kind of dusty, musty kind of
So basically,
crusty
if you were to
smell.
take an old book and put it like in a
like lead
filter,
paint.
and then you pour water on it,
It just smells
and
like, it
that's
just
what-
tastes like dust to me.
gross.
That's why I drink it.
But see, okay, I get both of your sides on that. I get the etiquette side of, hey man, whatever. But I also get Balthazar's side of like, we're all bringing stuff.
Oh yeah, you didn't have to interrupt your story to hand me an Anthem beer though. It's fine.
We're all bringing stuff. It's kind of community, you know?
It is, man.
However, your Foster's, I went to a get-together recently, and I brought it wasn't an inexpensive pack of beers,
Okay.
and they went very quickly.
Are we talking like one of those $9 4-packs?
No, it was a
Don't be that
12 pack,
person.
but it was like a $20 4-pack or 12-pack.
That's your own problem. See, I like to buy duels and make eye contact with everyone accidentally grabs it.
Like you dumb bastard. Like you're gonna drink that.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, this
No,
is
now
just
you gotta
mixed
chug
in.
it, dude.
And they see the green bottle, and they just pick it up. I'm like, well,
Put a little vodka in there. It's
good-
fine.
It's
Little
a great,
gin.
it's a great mixer. It's very fizzy.
Are you serious?
I have no idea.
Because that would be gross. I think.
Hey, you know
O'Doul's
what?
and gin.
I think we've all drinking and eaten grosser things.
Well, I don't. Have you?
Who hasn't?
Moving on. So, God, this is a very like prude podcast. We should
I know,
not
we're
talk
getting
about
a
those
little
kind of
blue
things.
here.
Yeah.
Let's get back in the red, guys.
Okay, so maybe I'm just a square. Maybe I'm just stingy. I don't know. But like I said, I bring stuff for the table, but I just want a little bit of the acknowledgement. Just like I don't want to be like, he brought beer. Let's raise him up on the shoulders, you know, like it's a fucking wedding or something. But it's like,
Hey guys, Robbie spent $6 on beer. Everybody applaud him.
Hey, Robbie bought Foster's. Everyone look at him very scowl with a scowl.
I brought
I
Foster's.
can't wait to eat these old books.
I brought Foster's because I didn't think anybody would want it.
This is what asbestos tastes like. I always wonder what kind of would taste the palate it would have on my tongue.
I don't know. Okay, so I guess I've learned something tonight.
Sure.
Like, I guess I'm in the minority here.
You're learning. It's
No,
great.
like I said, I agree with both of you. It's
okay.
It's different personality types, you know. It's whatever. It's okay.
I'm not mad at him.
I'm not mad at him either.
I'm not against him either.
Listen, guys. Here's the thing: we're all friends here. It's not like we're
We are now.
not enemies.
We've shared all these stories and all these moments.
dildo stories and wood spoons and
Foster's.
Fosters.
Friends are friends forever. Always to the
Oh, are you doing that
end.
one? I thought you were doing
Talk
friends.
about,
Are
no,
Friends.
from Saved by the Bell.
I know.
Friends are friends. Yeah. Guitar. Lisa Turtle. You're welcome.
Was she? Did she?
No,
was she
no.
playing
It
a
was
guitar?
Friends Forever. Friends are Friends Forever is Michael W. Smith.
I was talking Friends Forever from Saved by the Bell.
Friends Forever. Always will be. That was Friends Forever.
Okay.
Talking about that one.
We're just gonna sing the whole hour,
Dark
guys. Come
Slater
on.
with the
let's get off
talking
this
about. We will get off of that, and let's get on to something else.
shit. Okay, let's do. Balthazar, you're kind of
Yep.
Oh, we have a guest. Yeah, I forgot.
Lady.
She's in her girl costume.
I am a girl costume.
So
I thought
she's
you guys,
good.
thought you guys deserve a Bert because that's who I am.
hey, just be you.
Hey, I'm never not. Maybe that's why. I just look down in shame when I say that statement.
So having said that,
I'm never not me.
Yeah.
You're a bit of an enigma.
You can call it
to
that.
me.
You can
To
call
me,
it that.
at least.
You can call it that.
I don't want to speak for like the entire human race, but you're a bit of an enigma. And one of the reasons I wanted you to come on here tonight was to kind of
talk about my greeting cards I'm coming out with.
Are you?
No.
Okay. so we won't talk about that. No, I want to know like what. So you're a performance artist. That's what I would classify you as.
That's a super scary word, but yeah, I am, and I hate classifying myself as a performance artist. I just call myself what
would you call yourself?
An idiot.
I really
is
that on your business card?
Fabulously dressed idiot. Like
Balthazar,
an idiot was like could be a profession and could be what I do. It's just kind of like because some things I do are idiotic and things that people would never want to do or even think about trying or. And so I'm like, they're like, oh, you're doing this. I'm like, I'm so, great for you. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I was like, this is so ridiculous, but I love it. So why not?
Yeah. What it seems to me like, I've been a fan of your shows for a long time. And what I like about it, they're never the same, but there's always some sort of, there's you in it. Like the old shows were like a big screen in the background and people would come up in these crazy, weird fucking costumes. And you'd have like super funny songs. That shit was cool. And I wouldn't even call that performance art. That's almost like...
It was like, I called it...
Punk rock, like art rock.
I called it what I call like a theater, like a comedy theater. Actually, like it was like ADHD theater.
Yeah.
Where there was too much going on. All at the same time, there's dancers, there's singing, there's videos, and there's these songs that go along. There's just so much. You didn't know if you hated it or you liked it, but all you know, you're like, I just can't stop staring at it because this is so ridiculous. And it was so fast and so crazy. And I started that like 13 years ago, and it's just what I've been doing, just been growing these past, like, since I turned 30, actually. I mean, I'm 34. Every show has been different. And I still have my roots, but every show's been different, and I've been growing and doing different things. Like
the thing that you were doing, like you've done, like you did the Selena DeMaio show on May 5th, which was fucking crazy cool. I did not know what to expect with it, and it turned out insane. It was crazy in a very good way.
Yeah,
like the band killed it.
Yeah,
it was crazy, a lot of fun. And then you do the blow thing too, which is probably an insane feat to even get accomplished.
Well, yeah, the blow thing. It was funny. So I was drinking one night. Fathom me that. I'm a big fan of Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. And
Who is not?
And then I was like talking to my boyfriend. He's like, and we were watching old wrestling videos. And I was like, oh, I was a wrestler. My name would be The Burger. I'd be all American straight. My colors would be like orange and mustard. Like Hulk Hogan's colors. Like gross. Then I'd be red, white, and blue. And I was like, I'd be The Burger. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of going from then. And then I was like, well, maybe I should do this project. And I researched about Glow and how they did it, everything like in like 60 days and came up with their first episode. And none of these girls knew what they were doing. I was like, I'll just do this. I mean, like, sure, why not? And so I don't know how I do things and the way my brain functions, I have no idea. But when I want to do something, I go full out. And so I met with a local like wrestling coach, and then we got training, and then it took off from there. Then PBR gave us money, and then Miller Lite gave us money, and it got big. And we did our first show. We had Pyro. We came out. I was going to do a one-time show, one time only. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, this is awesome. You got to continue it. And so I did some more shows. We got licensed and all this jazz. And now we have men. And now we're just like 3 years later, I own my own wrestling ring with my boyfriend, and we wrestle like it's like our job. Like Chase is behind me, like he's been a partner for 3 years, and it's something that it's so ridiculous when you have 13 people warming up for practice that come from backgrounds of like service industry. Mm-hmm. I teach children. One works at DHS. One's a physical therapist. One works professional athletes at a college, and we're all just standing around on Thursday night learning how to professional wrestle, mm-hmm. and it's makes you giggle, but like the giggle that warms your heart, where it's like, this is so awesome, because we're up on these ridiculous shows that are so over the top, and it's so much fun to have all like, we're all family, you know, mm-hmm. like they call me mom when mom's mad. They're like, mom's real mad at us, guys. She is real mad. We got to come to practice, because I was like, but yeah, it's 3 years ago, it's been a whirlwind getting licensed and like getting involved in the wrestling world and getting like turned away from wrestling world because they all hate me. Fighting with the athletic commission about what wrestling was. Mm-hmm. That's why we're now Balthazar's Legends of War. We're war reenactors. because I fought them with my lawyer. Last thing, 9 men on an athletic board wanted a woman to tell them what pro wrestling was. Because out of 50 states, only...
Wait, did they take that personally?
Yeah, I think so.
Weird.
I was like, I've only been living with a woman for 4 years. Joke's on you.
It was my mother.
But it's just been really crazy. It's been really crazy. That's been a lot of fun. Wrestling's been a lot of fun. I don't know what else to talk about because like all my projects come very like sporadically, but then I really focus on what I'm doing. Yeah. When I always have like a show going on, like a musical show, I always have wrestling going on, or I always have teaching going on, or I have something else. I'm working on an album going on. It's just, I like to continuously stay busy because I feel like if I continuously can work as hard as I can while I can, then I won't have anything to look back on and say I didn't try. I just want to keep going. People tell me no, it might be a maybe tomorrow or in 2 weeks, but I always will continue to strive to like just be crazy and be me and do projects, involve my friends who are talented, and really just try to do something crazy all the time. Mm-hmm. Something that's I want to top myself each time. I want to challenge myself to do something that's like unheard of. And so like writing bulls, you're like, how'd you get into writing bulls? I was like, I wanted to write bulls, but it was a process. I was studying a character, Glenn Campbell, and riding horses and doing cowboy stuff. And then I was like, I want to ride bulls in the rodeo. And then I went and trained, and I see something I want to do, I dedicate myself to it. If I say something out loud, I'm really big on keeping my word. So I tell someone, like I told you, Josh, like, hey, I'll be there on Thursday. I know your shit starts on Thursday. I'll be there every day on Thursday for the rest of the month. I will never not show up. Mm-hmm. If I can't, I'll send someone with like cookies, like, hey, I'm sick. But I was like, I feel like people that say they want to do stuff and don't do it, it's like my biggest pet peeve. But I believe that like everyone, if I want to do something, I can just take these other people that want to do stuff with me. I'm like, let's do this together. Make crazy. Yeah. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I've always respected your work ethic, man. It's like, yeah, it seems like you do one project, you go full force, and then it's the next thing. And it's always something completely different than that last thing.
Yeah, it's
like you started that, you did that punk rock band thing, the Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
And you were talking to me about wanting to do it together. And I was like, yeah, that sounds fucking really cool. I'm like, God, I'm already in like 3 bands.
Yeah.
Juggle it. I'm like, she probably forgot about it anyway. And I'm like, nope. Next thing I know, you're doing a punk rock show. I'm like, that's
because
cool.
I was working the farmer's market, and Chuck was like, DRI's coming. I was like, I want to open for him to give a band. I was like, I will.
Yeah, right. And you made a band.
I made a band, and we opened called the Jaguars. Did a 15-minute set. I wore a pizza bikini. It was gross, and like just made up all these songs.
No, but you had songs. You had merch. Yeah. Like, I'm in 2 bands, and one band has 0 merch, and we've been a band for like a year and a half. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had prints, and I had T-shirts. Yeah, I did it for one time. We only performed that once. I was like, when are you gonna bring that back? I was like, never. It was. I told the band it was a one-time thing. It was like it was all these gross songs that were really great.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
But yeah, I like challenging and doing different things. Last year I called it the Year of the Man, where I only performed as a man, and that was my boyfriend was really excited about.
What the Glenn Campbell thing was about?
No, I did Freddie Mercury, and then I did Ultimate Warrior, then I did a Strongman, and then it was. Then after, that was the Year of the Man. I performed only as a man, but I did the Freddie Mercury King and Queen show. Like I studied, had teeth made, like. I go full force, and then in October when I did the Glenn Campbell show, I had a diction coach, and I went out to a ranch every Sunday and rode horses and did cowboy stuff to get into character. That's how I got into the rodeo.
Crazy.
Oh, so that's how that happened.
I was because I rode a horse into the bar, and I wanted to get used to riding horses and also get in kind of the character of the country music feel, because I don't listen to country music all the time. But I love Glenn Campbell, but
make it authentic.
But also, I wanted to get into character and feel like I'm going to diction lessons on Sunday early morning. Then I'm going to go over to the ranch. I'm going to ride ponies for like a couple hours and just hang out in the farm and like do some stuff for Mary. She's like, hey, you should join the rodeo. And I was like, yeah, what can I do? She's like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to ride bulls. She goes, that's totally doable. I was like, are you serious? So since October, I'd been like planning on it and then training, and I rode in Dallas. It was a lot of fun. I mean, there's nothing like riding a bull. There is, I'm trying to buck hopefully next week if it doesn't rain too hard tonight out with the Cowboys of Color in Chickasha, but I love it. I got stomped on, but it's when you're in the chute, you got like 3 guys holding you up and someone tighten your rope, and this animal is just like kicking and screaming, and like you really are. I mean, like it's called the most dangerous seconds in sports history. And yeah, I have seen people get thrown against the fence. I've got stomped on, and like you never know what the animal's going to do. And it just, maybe that's so invigorating. I don't know what it is, but I was just like, man, I was like, I'm going to look good at my funeral. I have my chaps. I got the lightning bolts down the back. got my lightning bolt on my vest. I was like, I'm going to look good if I'm going to go out. But yeah, holding on. And when they open the gate, it's something, I don't know if you guys, surely you ever wanted to ride bulls. You're like,
Sure.
that'd be fun. Like
I've seen
I've rode
8
a mechanical
seconds.
bull.
Yeah,
I've seen 8 seconds.
it's unreal. And it's just one of those, I mean, because there's so much that goes into it, all the ropes, all the gloves, and all this equipment I have to have, and all the camp I went to, and watching these guys like kick, and went to this camp about everything, how there's like a ballet to it. And I was like, I'm just going to try not to die, honestly, you guys.
I'm going to try to hold on to the back of this bastard for as long as I can.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really interesting about that is like the power of the animal. Because like it's the biggest, strongest, and you know, you think like cows and bulls.
It's the size of a Honda Civic. Mine's about 1,200 pounds.
But
so
they're
it's
also
like,
very fast. They're like, you think a bull is like this like slow,
unpredictable.
like,
Unpredictable. And
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, you're very punny.
Did you have that written down?
You're very punny. You're very punny.
Thanks.
But yeah, it's. I mean, thanks for having me on the show. You're like, what? You want me to tell my story? I was like, I mean, I played multiple characters. The past, I guess, almost year and a half, I've been Freddie Mercury, Glenn Campbell, Strongman, Ultimate Warrior. We did a Dirty Dancing thing. We're getting ready. Actually, we're getting ready to close Dead Center. We've been asked to close Dead Center. With Tyson Me. Tyson Me is going to come in part of my project, and then our next project, hopefully. We've got an art show. Oh, we also own a gallery. Oh, we have an art project, our art show going up this Saturday, but it'll be up next Saturday, all the whole month. It's she's got collector, owns like over 200 vintage watches and vintage watch posters and bags and phones. Like over a 15, like she said 15,000, like 1,500 piece collection of like 80s swatch things, and she's like framed and put up. So it's gonna be just like a viewing of.
I gotta go to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
I've had a resurgence. Me and my wife went to a comedy show, and we ate at the Loaded Bowl, and there's a Rewind Flat retro pub next door. Let's just peek in there real quick. We got time to kill. And they had this giant swatch clock.
The clock watch. Yeah.
And we're both looking at them like, fuck.
She's got 2 of those.
Swatch watches were dope as shit. And then I look at trying to find one to buy, and like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy a swatch watch.
Yeah, they're all gonna be in frames, but she's been collected over like 200 of them. She goes, I mean, I was just like, she's like, I have this. I was like, will you please do a show?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Please do a show. I was like, just so I can see your stuff. That'd be just amazing. She was like, yes, I will do a show.
When I was young and watching Saved by the Bell, and I remember seeing commercials for Swatch watches.
Yeah.
And I had one, but it was like a cheap one or whatever. But like, they were so fucking cool. They had the little cage over the face of them.
The rubber band.
I
was like, this for your braces? Like, why is there a band over where I can't see time?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, what is that doing? But it looks cool as shit, man.
I had the Swatch phone, like the phone on both ends.
What?
Yeah, there's a phone.
I remember that it came apart, like a clamshell almost.
Like, so you open the phone like this, and
like
the back
like
end was also a receiver too. It was crazy.
So it's like a built-in party line.
It was like the first 80s three-way.
Whoa.
I've been in one of those.
Oh, two-way, whatever it's called. Sorry. No, you did not in the 80s.
No, I had a three-way with 380s. It was an 80-year-old woman and an 80-year-old man. We had a three-way. It was an 80s three-way.
I had my first three-way when I was 9. It was great. It was my uncle and his gin. But anyways.
Okay, well, speaking of 9.
I blame the gin.
So, okay, you've been doing all this, you know, I hate, again, the word performance art for, you said 13 years.
It is performance art.
But when did, like, how did that start? Like, when you were a kid, did you do all that stuff? I saw you posted a thing.
I always was a performer. I always tap dance. You know, I always was like, I always sing the most obscure songs in pageants. My mom put me in pageants. I always sing like Great Balls of Fire. Oh, it's like great. I was like, your child is 8 and sing like a man. I was like, it's fine.
So you like never took that kind of stuff seriously?
Yeah,
like...
well, no. I was like, my mom, because I got scholarships and money for pageants. That's about it. Mainly, I like dance. I did cheerleading. I just wanted anything to do with smoking pot and entertaining people and being myself, and mainly also like dressing like I wanted to dress, because I like I said, like right now I look not like myself because this is not myself, because I put on a girl costume. I like just like picking out different outfits and different looks, and also hair. I love hair. You know that I always wear wigs and like all kinds of stuff. Performance is something to me that should always live on. That's why I was always obsessed with drag queens or people that are so obscure. But it's like, I don't figure I live that obscurely, because most of the time I look homeless and I work with children. And when I want to not look homeless, I'm wearing a costume of some sort. I look like a man, or I'm wearing some like plastic thing with a big wig, and I'm going out. I'll be home at 10. I'll be fine. But it started when I was young. I just I like performing people. I like to make people laugh and smile and have a good time. And I think that's kind of the root of everything. I like to make people laugh. You know, I like people to smile. If I could be ridiculous and the person they are able to laugh at or even to make fun of, that's fine with me. As long as people are happy and I see that smile on their face and then like, I've done my job and I want to continue to do my job, but it's more like pageantry.
Yeah. It's like, this is just fun.
Yeah, it's just fun. I was like, I want to sell it and them to enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So you said you grew up doing like dance. Did you say tap? Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you have the like 80s like cheesy tap studio photos where you're like in costume?
Oh yeah, I got tons of photos. I still tap today. Yeah, I still tap. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So you came from that background. When was Balthazar born? Like, what did that come from?
Balthazar was born end of my junior year in college. I thought of a name that I wanted to name my kids like after a wizard, because I heard it in a Shakespeare play I was a theater major in college, which I hate Shakespeare and I hate all that shit. I was like, Balthazar. I was like, sounds like a fucking wizard. And I came up with Balthazar, and my roommate, she was a dance major, was Gilgamesh. And then our next door neighbor was her best friend, was called Beowulf. And so we would I wore a cape after I became Balthazar.
Yeah, I remember that.
Declared myself Balthazar. I wore a cape for a year in like 2007. I wore a cape around 24/7. I never took it off. I dedicated myself that I was a superhero. I called Mick Cornett, the mayor, right after I graduated college, and said I was in college and I wanted to write a paper about superheroes. And really I'm not in college. I wanted to meet him about being a superhero. And he took a picture of me in my cape, and I asked him some questions about being a superhero, what he would do. And it was like, I mean, this is how much like I really dive into how crazy I am. Because I really want to, like, if I want to build a character, I'm going to go full out. And I'm like, Balthazar is going to fucking meet the mayor, find out about the red phone, and we're going to take pictures and make sure if this is all, if I'm going to be the superhero named Balthazar, I need to figure out what's going on in the city.
Yeah.
And so I did that for a year. But yeah, I never took a cape off for like a solid year. And it was gross. It was like white. Like I remember I had this like thrift store bike. It got caught on the spoke and I tripped. Like the bike like flipped over because I got caught in the spoke. It has a big rip in it. I mean, I think I have it somewhere. But it was so crusty because it was white with a bee I hand painted with a lightning bolt through it. And it was just so gross. But I'm just so dedicated to what I wanted. I'm just so crazy, I guess I should say, that I really wanted to commit because, like, to what I did, you know, like, even in college, I committed 1 year to only wearing, like, heels and, like, low pumps and socks and only 80s awful shoulder pad clothes. And I told myself, not a year, it was a semester, I was like, I told my roommate, I was like, no, I'm dedicating myself to look like awful 80s clothes. I guarantee I'll be back next semester, like, whatever store was like selling like 80s stuff, I was like, I've been wearing socks and heels all this time. And I'm wearing a fanny pack like it's my business. And I'm wearing a cape covered in gin, a gin-soaked cape. It smells like the high-low, which just smells like regret. And, like, it's like broken dreams. Yeah, so that's the worst thing about the high-low. I have a love-hate relationship with the high-low. I've had many good times there. I've had many bad times there. But I believe I referred to it as a dimly lit cum dungeon the other day. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty accurate. Like, it's fine. I lived behind it forever. Yeah. And then there's 2 painted portraits of me there. And I'm like, I like being here. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Hold on, I got to interject. Hold on. My dad's calling me. So we have some severe weather, so hold on. Oh, yeah. Hey, Dad, you're on the air with Boys Podcast. What up? We're interviewing a wonderful lady named there she was, wonderful lady named Balthazar. Hi. What are you doing? Hi, Dad. I just checking in on. I was wanting to ask ROJ some few questions while I'm on the phone. Who's ROJ? Never mind. You're Go on, Dad. You're live on the air. Nobody mad. Am I really? You're live on the air. You're on. Okay, Randy Owens Jr. Okay. We can get into that. Speaking of country music. We'll get into that later. We were actually just talking about country music, so. Well. How's the rain out there? Well.
Are you calling to warn me about this weather I can hear behind me?
Yeah, well, no, I won't say nothing else. I might offend somebody.
Well, is your dad a Glenn Campbell fan?
Do you like Glenn Campbell, Dad?
A little bit. He was a hell of a guitar player, and he had a few great songs.
Hell of a picker.
Not overall. Wasn't a big fan, but
Hell of a picker.
All right.
In the background there.
player.
All right.
Hey, it's starting lightning pretty good out here. You better keep eye on this stuff.
I will. We're about to wrap up here in about, 30 minutes or so.
Well, I hope you're watching. Check it out.
All right, I will.
May get kind of serious here in a little bit.
Is your dad up for higher for acting
Hey.
jobs?
Can I say something else before I go?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Can I say anything I want?
You can say anything you want.
Okay. Just always remember this. And this may piss some people off, but I'm joking. If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a band.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay, Dad. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
What was
Nothing like a parental to really ruin it.
Wow.
Ruined
All right,
the
Dad.
vibe.
That'll be edited out. 39:25.
Take that out.
No.
Southern Dad.
You know my uncle with the gin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's an old inside
That's
joke.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's an Alabama lyric? I don't know. Jeez.
if you're going to play in
God,
Texas, you got to have a
Dad.
fiddle in the band. Now you ruined that song for me.
I thought he was going to say the N-word, so it's fine.
Well,
It's fine.
it's a Southern Dad.
It's a dad.
But here's the thing.
Gotta love those dads.
Rob should show you a photo of his dad that he recently took. His dad would be perfect to play a character, and all he has to do is just be himself.
I know. I was like, I love people I meet. I was like, have you ever thought about acting? Just not acting, just reading the lines I give you.
Because that voice, it sounds fake,
Yeah.
but it's totally real. No.
But so when I've been talking to my mother, I realized I slipped back into my accent like real
Oh, me
quick.
too. Me too.
I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas. I'm a Southern Debutante.
You're from Hot Springs?
Hot
Arkansas?
Springs, Arkansas. Hometown President Bill Clinton. Lived there all born and raised all my life.
That's
a
pretty
really
good.
I'm a
yeah.
debutante. I'm a debutante, goddammit. Last of my family's line.
See,
That's very hard. That's Arkansas
Also,
for
I
sure.
was Team Miss Hot Springs. Thanks so much. That's all.
when I talk to my dad, like if it was just he and I'd be like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
You
gonna
dip
rain.
into it.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
you dip
rain.
into it.
That's why I only text my
Put a
mother.
dip in my mouth.
Because she'll erase everything I worked so hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
Awful twang.
In like a 5-minute conversation.
Also, like I was doing Glenn Campbell, I went to diction classes, but I couldn't be a girl accent, and I had to be because Glenn Campbell's twang is awful. It's
Can you do a Glenn Campbell?
Yeah, because like he had his show, the Glenn Campbell Hour, had more viewers than American Idol did. He goes, "It's the only show." It's like, "Hi, everybody, I'm Glenn Campbell. Welcome to the show." And like it was just like this high pitched voice he introduced the show with, and so my diction coach, we had to like go back. It's like he never wants to be remembered like that, so we go back and listen to him. He's like, "Not knowing what you're going, man." Read along. I got to meet him too.
You got some like phlegm work going or something.
you
There's some sort of filter.
You've got
You
to.
met Glenn Campbell?
Yeah, I got to meet Glenn Campbell. He's from Arkansas, and I got to meet him. And when he played with the Philharmonic here in Oklahoma City, like probably 8 years ago, and I was wearing a Vito the Brat shirt and a tutu, something out costume I was wearing, and we were at the Pacific Center Hall, and then we got put back with the roadies, and he's like, "Hey, you want to meet Glenn Campbell?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm from Arkansas too." He was like, "Well, I'm from Clinton." I was like, "Go Wampus Cats, 2 in the front, 4 in the back." But he's like, "Yeah, I'm
2 in the front, 4 in the back.
Well, it's like the Wampus Cat's got 4 in the front, like the Wampus Cat. It's like a mythological creature. It's got 4. And it's got 4,
And that's their.
it's called a Wampus
Thought it
Cat.
was some sort of euphemism.
Yeah, no. And he was like,
Jesus,
he's
what's
like
going on with
Can I meet this cat?
yeah. You're like, go on. It's
kind of a total recall
Yeah, no, but he
situation.
was so great. He's like, well. And I remember sitting in the audience and not realizing how many songs I knew without listening to any country music, probably for like 8 years. And like watching him being a badass playing with a Philharmonic. He played for an hour and a half with the Philharmonic and came back on for an encore and played them bagpipes to Amazing Grace at like 60 something. And it was just like, and also he played the over his head with the guitar.
Oh shit!
Because he's a great picker. Like he's notably known for taking covers and making them better because he's a great picker.
Mm-hmm.
And like once I was researching him and getting more close to him, like my wall looked like something from SVU or like Criminal Minds, and like my boyfriend kept taking it down. He was like, "This is insane." And I had a picture by him by the mirror. I was like,
was there the yarn in between?
The yarn connecting all the dots.
It was just like because like he did all these things and he He was just
he was in the Wrecking Crew, and with that, he
has band. No, he has band. He only performed with the Wrecking Crew. His last album, he called members the Wrecking Crew. His only thing. It's so funny. Gentleman Mine was his first recording, and you could hear him in the back of the recording counting off and what to do. If you listened to it really closely, because it was a raw recording, but they took it and went to number 1.
Damn.
And ever since then, he only would go in the studio with the Wrecking Crew, and they're his homies, and it was just. It was mind-boggling, but how great and smooth he was. And I was learning all this stuff about him and how he performed on stage. And I'd hold the guitar and not play it and just watch him just do his thing. He was just so amazing. And it's so great. His new album's coming out in June. Next month, his new album is coming out. He's got Alzheimer's. But his new album is coming out, and it's amazing.
Really? Let me ask.
I listened to something because it's so good. Yeah, it's really good.
So I want to ask you this. So I saw Bob Dylan a few years ago.
Bobby D.
Me and Bobby D. Now, what I want to ask, when I saw Bob Dylan, I was so excited.
Very upsetting.
But it was like a Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
He was being held up by the rest of the band. And
and he sounds like Tom Waits now.
But Glenn just has Alzheimer's. Only thing he has when he goes in the studio, he remembers music. So there's nothing wrong with.
He just can't remember the lyrics.
He's not he's not like Bob Dylan, who's looks like a tissue paper. It's really just
wet tissue paper.
Yeah, it's just kind of going away. But his voice is still really, really good. I sang his last song that he recorded 4 years ago. I'm still here, but I'm gone. Don't play guitar, sing my song. I'm not gonna miss you. Was still him, even though in his highest stage of Alzheimer's. Mm-hmm. And now this is before that was recorded. I mean, his voice is like butter. It's like 4%. You can't really deny what he did and what music sounds like, no matter if you don't appreciate what kind of music he played.
Right.
It's their voice. It's just his voice can sing over Gentle My Mind. It's not knowing what you're going, and your path is free to walk. I mean, it sounds effortless. Mm-hmm. And I've yet to hear a country singer where it doesn't sound so just forced. A force and abrupt and not you don't have that you don't have that good old feel.
Like a subtlety to your vocals.
It's I'm not knowing, because but he could sing anything. And it was just as easy as Sunshine. And in Sunshine, to me,
is that a song title?
No, it's my new album called It's Not Easy. It's easy as sunshine unless it's anal.
Well,
whoa, hello.
Well, see, you said it, now you have to do it.
Let me call my dad back. Hold on. Sorry about that.
No.
But yeah, it's just, I like to get into characters. When I learned a lot about Freddie Mercury and learned about Glenn Campbell, it was nice dive in and really, I really felt a part of them for the 4 to 5 months. I just researched and watched videos and really just wanted to portray as much as I could who they were. Even though I'm a woman portraying a man, I know I will never be spot on, who they are on stage, but I want to make sure I'm completely prepared.
Yeah.
And my heart is completely prepared. My mind is completely prepared. What they would want me or my body to do, capable of being them. And it's just, that show I rode in a fucking horse into the bar, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Which bar?
The Powerhouse outside. I was like, hey, everybody, it's Glenn Campbell. I rode in a horse. I was like, hey, how you doing? And I got off I rode the horse back out, and the other band opened, and everyone thought I was playing guitar. I was held the guitar all night. I was like, I didn't know you could play guitar. I was like, did you ever see my fingers move? He was moving like this. And I was just like,
Were you just miming it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because but he was a hell of a picker, man. He was a great guitarist.
Yeah. So two things come to mind, Balthazar, when we're talking about this. When we started this podcast, one recurring theme that came up over and over was go all into something. If you want to do something,
just do it.
Do something big. That was kind of our thing. Do something big and go all in. And we've kind of lost sight of that with the guests and everything and whatnot, but that's so refreshing to hear again. And also, I really like this, aesthetic of, one and done. Go all in, put everything into it, do it, and then move on. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't, wish for things that were once and never will be again.
Sure. Yeah.
Go hard and then hang it up and then go hard on the next thing.
Yeah, it's ever changing. It's ever changing, and it's also ever challenging. You've got to, if you're an actress or an actor or performance artist, if you're not challenging yourself, then your art is dead. And I want to continue to challenge myself, even though it might not be my own artwork, which I am working on a new album. But I want to be I want people to see that, like, if you just do whatever you want, it's going to turn out great. If all your heart is into it, then, I mean, it doesn't matter. Fuck everyone else. I was like, I am worried about everything that's going on with my projects, and it might not work out, but I know I'm going to put my best foot forward and make sure I go crazy or insane or put on a chest compressor and be a man and really study. It's all about how bad you want it, I guess. I don't know. Main thing is I want people to have a good time. I told you, I was like, my main thing is I want people to smile, have a good time. I will never be a man. Like, no one can see me be a man. I will never be able to play Freddie Mercury, Glenn Campbell, all these male roles, but I definitely want to put my best foot forward when I play them and have a good time at it, and do the research. Like, so it's not just me to like, I'm doing this show, so yeah, I haven't done anything. I've done it in 2 weeks. So I was like, no, I'm gonna like, I take time, and I want to really, no matter if I don't do it at all, I really want to give the respect to the people that I am, if it's not my music, because it's just, these people are so great.
Well, that's something that sticks out to me about you, is to do this and do it authentically, and to do your homework and to do your research, and again, go all in. Like, that's what makes it genuine. Even if you're playing characters, you can be genuine in your love for like doing these characters and doing these different things. It turns
out to be fun. You realize, like, researching it, every element I do, every step I do for each project opens up doors and other feelings about life in general. Yeah. Like daily life. And like, maybe I should do this about how I feel about it. Oh, I'm so smart right now.
No, great record, by the way. But the thing is like, okay, so I've seen RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay. So when they do the snatch game, like there's the women who like really like own it, and it's fucking amazing. And then there's the ones that are paper thin, transparent, that you can see right through.
Yeah, they're trying, but because it's not their game.
Yeah,
because they're told before the end of the show that the snatch game's going to happen,
right? Like they're when they sign the contract, like that's going to happen.
But like you can tell, like the ones that are great at acting and the ones that are great, like so, like always, like when I do my shows, like put yourself aside. I was like, I don't have any musical talent. My voice is not good. Only thing I am confident on, I can't sing, I can dance my ass off. Fact. But I don't look like every other girl. But one thing I can say about myself is like I will perform a hell of a show, and you'll be distracted by how much I'm performing rather than how much I have talent. And that's what only thing is like, what would you say about yourself? You feel good about? I was like, the fact that I hide my talent, but in fact, I hide the fact that I don't have talent by owning the stage. So you're distracted that I don't really can't sing, or because I can hold an audience. Because it doesn't take much to hold an audience. Britney Spears can't sing. God damn it, she's my biggest influence. She can't sing. Look at her. I was like, oh girl, go. I got it. Costumes. It was like quick movements and costumes and
and a snake.
And I was like,
see, you're better than Britney.
Yeah, I was like, but it's all about owning it, and to me, it's about performing. I was like, oh, you're so talented. I was like, I have no talent. Only talent I have is like I'm aware, and I'm creative, and I get the best people to back me, and I'm aware of what's going on stage, and I really want to trick you. Yeah, I really want to basically trick the audience, be like, hey, she's so great. I'm like,
this needs to be a video podcast,
right? I know. Just notice. I'm like, it doesn't matter because I'm like, oh, come on, yeah. I was Freddie Mercury, for Christ's sake. I could not. I mean, I can't it was just because of the fact that I was jumping a whole lot, and the costumes had changed like 9 times, and I was like, what's time? And also, I did a good job on that show, but.
So speaking of shows, okay, so we got to wrap up here in a minute, but like, what's next? Can you give us a glimpse of what's on the horizon?
And okay, so we've got a gallery show. The Grease Trap Gallery opens up this for Saturday for the Swatch show. The Swatch showing show will be for a month. And then I'll be closing Dead Center with my Kellerman's project, which was the Dirty Dancing project, with Tyson Mead opening up for us at Dead Center. And then in July, I have Game of Blows, which will be our wrestling show, all
Game of Thrones stuff.
ABBA theme.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's all Game. It's all Game of Thrones theme. I'm the mother of dragons, naturally.
Right.
But we've got some really fun matches. They'll happen before the season airs. This is July 14th.
Yeah, I can't go to that because I have no references for Game of Thrones. I guess I could just go and watch people throw each other around.
It'll be entertaining either way.
Yeah, I don't think you're not gonna be like, I don't understand what's going on.
Listen, I don't know. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Good.
Wait, that's Drogo's second cousin. Hold on. No, fuck this place.
This isn't canonical.
I'm taking my Fosters and going home. Fuck this shit.
I thought this was the Dark Crystal. I'm confused. No, I have that, and then September I'm in works at the Speakeasy about doing it's called Little Dinner of Horrors. It's my own written version, kind of like the Dirty Dancing show, but it's a dinner theater, a little shop of horrors, kind of.
Ooh,
I like it.
We've got a full cast, and if you came out to my Dirty Dancing show, it's the same. It's not the full show. It's like 45 minutes. Dinner's included in the ticket, and we're gonna do it on Thursdays. There's 3 Thursdays in the month, and it's gonna be. I got Sid from Bosley. She's gonna sing. I got Chase is gonna be the dentist. I've got my original band. Zeke, my boyfriend's gonna be Seymour, which lo and behold has a great singing voice and loves musical theater, which has been great to watch him.
A natural.
Yeah, I've got to lose about 20 more pounds to be Audrey, but if not, we've got some other people lined up. I was like, if I lose 10 pounds, I go suddenly Seymour.
You already got it. You already got it.
But
I tell you what? How about a special drink menu?
Oh yeah, well there's gonna be
Crystal Light and gin.
Now
it has to be green Crystal.
I'll bring the spoon.
Now you made my downstairs feel weird. I thought we were trying to end this. We just got started.
Well, we'll hang out for a while.
No, but thank you. I guarantee the audience is like, I have no idea what she said. There was no end or beginning of any of her stories, but go check me out. My name is Balthazar on Facebook. I do everything. I have fun. That's basically, if your audience wants to know anything about me, then come meet me, message me, look at my Facebook, and be just as confused as I am. I'm not me. I just work for myself. And thank you, boys, for having me.
Well, thanks for coming. Again, sorry for my dad. I feel terrible.
I'm also sorry for my dad.
We probably all are, except Josh. Randy Owens, he's doing pretty good for himself.
He's doing great for himself.
All
Alabama's a hell of a band.
Well, thank you, Balthazar and Chase, for hanging out. We'll see you next week.
Bye.